And we are live. Welcome to episode 14 of the Mixed Martial Arts podcast. I am your host, Ben Cohn. Joining me today is my co-host, Alejandro,
Hey.
something something. And his mic is not being friendly today, so we may have some weird sounds coming from
Well,
him.
my internets are not doing well today.
Well, that's what you get for living in Mexico.
It's more like it's cloudy.
It's cloudy. What? Why?
No, I'm thinking that the Wi-Fi signal is probably bouncing. It shouldn't.
You see what's happening? You see how he's cutting out constantly? It's great.
Is there clouds in your apartment or something?
The clouds are surrounding him like Eeyore. And it's the co-host, Bilal.
The cook.
Ah,
Never should talk on
ouais.
time.
The cook. Anyway, we're gonna talk about some of the best things that ever happened in MMA history. Last night, we got to see two of our crusty old men, veterans, get some awesome wins. And there's some other stuff that happened. We got really, it's not even two crusty veterans because I'm pretty sure we can consider Charles Oliveira a crusty veteran at this point, right?
Is he? How old is he?
He's not old. He's 29, but he's like a young veteran. The dude's been fighting since 2008. He's got
Yeah, I was gonna say he's not really crusty. He's more like
30. He has 35 fights.
yeah, but he's not crusty in the way like you expect him to fall apart physically. It's just kind of like
I mean, that's been the
old.
story of all of his losses, falling apart physically and mentally.
But like,
He has bad
even when
luck.
he's young,
Like his very first loss was him just like, his very first loss was him just like trying to punch his way out of a knee bar from Jim Miller or some shit, and then like what? And then he gets TKO'd by Donald Cerrone. I think that was Donald Cerrone's first finish by strikes in the UFC.
Then he collapsed. He collapsed physically against Matt Holloway.
Yeah,
Also, like in his
he thought his esophagus, like they thought his esophagus had a hole in it or some shit. I don't know.
no, he thought he tore his esophagus, and then it turned out there was nothing wrong. It was like a weird placebo effect, I'm guessing.
That is amazing. That is fantastic.
Dude, okay.
That could happen to you.
For context, Charles Oliveira was the first strike finish of Donald Cerrone's career.
Wow.
It was his 20th fight. It was the first knockout of his career.
He also got finished by Anthony Perez.
Yeah, but that was sub.
That was a submission. But I'm saying like it's crazy. Donald Cerrone's first finish was Charles Oliveira. He didn't have another one until he head kicked Melvin Guillard. And then his next finish by strikes was Adriano Martins.
Oh.
Donald.
But he's gotten so much better now.
Yeah.
Hasn't he?
Anyway, we're going to start from the top, though. We're going to talk about the rematch. It was Marlon Moraes versus Rafael Assuncao. And boy, oh boy, was this different than the first fight.
Yep.
First fight ends in a split decision.
Well,
This fight ends in the first round with a guillotine choke. I'm not going to lie, didn't think he was going to submit him because the only other person to do that was Uriah Faber, and that was in 2010. So, damn. Marlon Moraes making a statement.
I didn't expect anything in this that happened in this fight also. I mean, Marlon just came out and like nailed him with two right hands, and that's kind of like...
Well, that's the thing. It's like I was looking at the first, you're thinking about this fight, right? And you're like, okay, what are these guys really good at? You know, Assuncao is a counter striker, and he focuses a lot more on his hands, and he's not really a phenomenal kicker, but he's coming out and out kicking Marlon Moraes.
Yeah, and then Marlon is like one kick man.
Man, too. He just
became one punch man. He became one punch man.
He's also super bald, so it worked.
Man, that was a weird Man,
That was so weird. I just like unexpected.
it was
I
very
mean,
unexpected.
no one comes out and like blasts the Assuncao also because he's normally quite good at not getting blasted.
And
Like,
the crazy part is
that's
that
his whole career.
right, and he gets cracked with the first right hand, right, and he gets rocked, and you see that he still sees, like his eyes aren't like back and rolling back in their head, and even when he got knocked down, he's still looking at Marlon, which is crazy because he
Yeah.
got cracked. So you're seeing that he sees him, and his reaction to being rocked was to just reach out. He didn't cover up or try to back away. He kind of like reached out, and that's why he got cracked again. It was very weird. Like I get it, he was rocked, but it was like it looked like he was hurt, not his equilibrium didn't look thrown off yet completely. So it was
Yeah, no, that happened with
Well,
the second shot.
yeah.
Well, but I would say that he probably was rocked, but he's so experienced. Like Assuncao, the problem with Assuncao is that he tends to lose these fights, and it kind of translates in him being like severely underrated. But the guy's a monster. Like he's very,
Well,
very, very good. So
I don't think he's underrated. I think he just nobody knows him.
Yeah, I mean, like he's only
Yeah,
lost
I
to
mean,
TJ recently.
He's only lost
You
to
know,
but in
PJ.
the
He's dropping to
I
bantamweight.
know, but even in the MMA bubble, you don't see people giving him the same kind of respect that they give to somebody like, say, Donald Cerrone, or fighters that have been there for a long time and have kind of earned their stripes through like.
The thing is that Cerrone, virtually all of his wins and losses are spectacular in some fashion, and the difference between
That is
Assuncao
true.
and Cerrone is that Assuncao is super workmanlike, and he'll get get the finish here and there, but it's not over guys who are elite. Like looking at his since
I wouldn't even say workmanlike. I mean, he kind of has close fights just because he knows what level of control to keep or that he's comfortable with to win.
True. I mean, look about his run. After getting knocked out by Eric Koch at featherweight, he drops down to bantamweight. Decisions Johnny Eduardo, knocks out Issei Tamura. Okay. Decisions Mike Easton, submits Vaughn Lee. I don't know if you guys remember Vaughn Lee.
No,
I do.
Who?
I do. Vaughn Lee. He
Vaughn? How do you write that?
Vaughan.
So like Vince Vaughn.
I imagine that his name was Vaughn, like Von Lee.
So basically, how do I explain to you this? This is sad. First of all, so basically, he was the guy who didn't end the UFC career of Kid Yamamoto, but he was the third in a 3-fight losing streak for him. Sadly, and
sadness.
Rest in peace.
The late King.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, he submitted him, and it was crazy because DJ couldn't finish him, and Darren Uyenoyama couldn't finish him either. But yeah, it was crazy. So Vaughn Lee got that win, and then he gets matched up with TJ, who loses. Some random person, Motonobu Tezuka, and then he loses to Rafael Assuncao. Then he beats Nam Fan, and then goes on a 2-fight losing streak and is released. So then he decisions TJ by split. He decisions Munoz. He decisions Caraway. Then he loses to TJ. Split decision to Sterling. Split decision to Moraes. And then he knocks out Lopez. And then he decisions Rob Font. So like, there's nothing that makes him interesting. He's got the personality of a wet paper bag, and B, he isn't very interesting in the cage. He's interesting from a technical perspective, and it's interesting like to watch if you're really, really interested in that kind of stuff. But nobody's gonna watch that and go, "Wow, this guy's the most exciting person I've ever seen fight in my life." He's not. So even among the MMA bubble, you have to be one of those people who enjoys neutralizers in order to even enjoy him in the first place. And if you're not, he's not fun to watch. He's a neutralizer. That's what he is. That's what he does.
Assuncao?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't qualify him necessarily as a neutralizer, but more like his approach to fighting is very managerial. Like he's handling you, like
how is that not
in places.
Isn't that the description of a
Because
neutralizer?
Yeah, that is literally what a neutralizer is.
no, not necessarily, because neutralizers are like spoilers. Well, somebody that a manager is somebody that does what John Jones does, that he keeps you in places where he's more likely to have success. So, I mean, in my mind, they're not the same. Like, I understand what you're saying, but in my mind, they're not the same thing, because a neutralizer does that because he doesn't know how to do anything else.
No.
Okay, can I just say something quickly? Like, fighters like, can I just say something quickly? Like, fighters like John Jones tend to build off their success after they figured out how to neutralize you. Assuncao doesn't really build off it. He just neutralizes you.
He's neutralizing you. And again, I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. I understand what you're talking about, but that's like just a personal distinction for you.
Yeah, I hear you.
We mean the same thing, I would say.
Yeah, okay, but you're wrong.
Okay. I'll let you have this one. I'll just let you have this one. I mean, the saddest part of this is that this basically just screws over Assuncao's chances of ever getting a title shot. And that's what's sad for me. But other than that, there's really not much else to say. Moraes probably should get the next title shot, and he might not because of Cejudo, which is fucking stupid. So great.
Yeah. Although if I was the UFC, I'd probably just book Marlon versus TJ anyway. Because
I agree, because listen, like worst case scenario, best case scenario for the UFC is probably if TJ wins, and then they can do the rematch afterwards, because they could say TJ is not the same at 125. They could build on that, and if TJ loses anyway, they could just say, oh, I guess his chin is down or whatever, and then you have a new challenger anyway, and it's more interesting because he didn't get knocked out in 32 seconds. So it's going to be great.
I actually had like the opposite approach with like the same evidence. Like if TJ loses, they can just be like, well, I mean, he wasn't the best anyway, so let's see how Cejudo does against this new guy.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's a new matchup, and they can push it as like, okay, so whatever. This guy is a new monster, and can Cejudo beat this guy and become like a pound for pound, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
I think Marlon does beat TJ. Like, this is a super fast, explosive guy that hits super hard. Like, yeah, he can KO him.
Oh, I think he would KO him in the first round. He's exactly the type of guy to be able to blitz TJ in the first round. And those
are the people that beat him.
Yeah, and he's not garbage. So he's going to throw the
Cody
strike 3 times in a row, and letting TJ just go like, oh wait, he's really just going to keep throwing the strike. Okay, left hook. I think it was a left hook, right?
I don't even think that was Cody's root problem. I think his root problem was that he was like just content waiting at range for TJ to come to him, and TJ was like, okay, well, you're gonna wait over there. I'll just start kicking you. Like, okay, that's cool.
Let's not forget that Cody Garbrandt has 2 punches that he can throw.
No,
but no, you can get countered by that. But like, I mean, if Cody just went in and blitzed TJ, I'd give him more of a shot of winning, because then TJ would be forced to react in punching range. But
he did go in and blitz TJ, and that's how he got finished.
But that was like after he tried kicking TJ, and he wasn't.
But the problem with can I say something?
Yeah, but we're not talking about this fight anymore. So after this,
yeah.
No, what my point is, no, I'm going to make a comparison with Assuncao.
Okay.
Yes. No, Assuncao. No, I'm sorry. Moraes.
Okay.
The thing with Cody, like if you compare him to Marlon, Marlon does very little, very well, and very quick. And Cody sort of works around something before settling. And that's kind of what made it difficult for him against TJ. And Marlon doesn't really have that sort of pattern of behavior. So I think that he can blast TJ. Like when he commits to something, it's because he has already made up his mind that this is the thing that he's going to do. He's not playing around, and he's not being stubborn about something. Like, this is just the thing that he's going to do. And I think that pretty much means that it's not quite comparable with Garble, in the sense that Marlon actually thinks about what he's doing before he does it.
I mean, Cody was either known for blitzing someone with a 2-3, or waiting for them to come to him and then blitzing them with a 2-3.
Okay,
I don't
yes,
really think it was
but
settling on something that much as just like
what I
different
know,
ways
but
to
at
use a
the
2-3.
but at the elite but at the elite level, you have to watch, but you can't watch too much. And Cody watches too much when he runs out of ideas, and that's kind of when things where it spirals out of control for him, because he starts getting antsy and just does things like he literally just like it seems like he's improvising, right? And Marlon doesn't do that. Or what do I know? I mean, I'm just reading one crazy stat here that his last 3 wins have lasted 4 minutes and 53 seconds.
Oh yeah, I saw
His
that
last
earlier.
three wins. Yeah, his last 3 wins. So this is a guy that when he commits to something, it's likely because it's the right course of action for the fight. You know what I'm saying? Like Cody is not like that. And so if TJ fights this guy, there is a high probability that he just gets starched. I think he should get the next title shot, in my opinion.
Yeah, same.
All right. And moving on to the co-main event, the thing we're actually all interested in talking about, not because of anything that Moraes or Assuncao have done wrong. It's just that Jose Aldo won by TKO in the second.
Yes.
And it was glorious.
Yes.
He was kicking the legs in the first round.
WEC Aldo is back,
Yes,
y'all.
he is.
3-round fights.
3-round fight Aldo is the best Aldo. Guys.
But
He is back. But in all seriousness, I know that there's obviously technical reasons why Aldo was able to counter and take out Moicano. I know all of that. But I do have a question. Did it look a little bit to you like Moicano was a little starstruck? Yeah. Like, like he looked a little like I'm fighting Jose Aldo-ish type. Like a little, he showed a little too much respect, I want to say.
I'm going to say something.
Okay.
No, you can't.
I'm going to contradict
I do like how
myself.
One second. I like how you precede you saying something by always saying, I want to say something.
You know, that's... I will say you after why I'm not... It's like those conversation starters where you just want someone to shut up, but you want to do it in a polite way.
I
like,
was leading into the
it's
question.
like, excuse me.
Next time I'm just going to tell you to shut up. Next time I'm just going to tell you to shut up then.
I wasn't even, I was leading the question so we could have a discussion. I wasn't doing anything.
I know.
Go ahead.
Next time I'm gonna be like, can I say something? Then like, no. Okay, so first, I didn't watch the fight. My only reference to this fight is because when I actually turned it on, I watched the last sequence where Aldo is like the ending, like the beginning of the last exchange. That's what I watched. So that's what I was asking after that. Like, did he throw kicks? And apparently he did throw kicks. But I haven't watched it. But I do remember Moicano saying that he was not going to let the fact that he was fighting Jose Aldo get to him, that he was very dialed in and that he was ready for this. But I think that what happened to him during the fight is that he was fighting Jose Aldo, and that's a tough proposition unless you were like Max Holloway or Max Holloway.
No, like he could have said that, but like he was lying to himself.
I maybe, but I think we have to take him at his word. Like, one thing is what you think, and the one thing is what you think, and another thing is once you're in there.
Just watch the first round. He was tentative, like I've never seen him before, even before Aldo threw a strike.
he just like he had like
and like I want to say, so in the first round he was tentative, throwing extremely little and just trying to outfeint Jose with an occasional pot shot, right?
He threw more than Jose did. Like by
but like not that much, but and then in the second round
he threw 45 strikes in the first round.
It seemed more than at the time.
No,
But like, I mean, in the
it's
second
less than
round,
it's thrown before. It's
oh
less,
yeah,
against Cater, he threw 56 strikes in the first round, and against Cub Swanson, he threw 47 strikes before the first round even finished.
didn't he finish Cup in the first?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Before he finished, that's what I'm saying. He finished Cub Swanson at like 4 minutes and 15 seconds, and he still threw 47. I'm sorry, he threw 53 strikes. He threw 47 significant strikes.
Okay, but like just getting back to what I was saying, right? So then, apparently his corner tells him to get more aggressive and in this fight, right? So he comes out in the second round, more active, and then Jose immediately cracks him.
Yeah. You don't. Moicano is not a good enough. How do I explain this? He doesn't have one shot power or enough power in his single shots. He doesn't have the frame to fight in close with Jose. He doesn't have the athleticism to keep up with Jose at that point. Getting aggressive and coming close are not the same thing.
Just and also like one more thing, he doesn't have Holloway's insane durability.
Clearly not.
Because like Holloway was like eating flying knees and uppercuts that were landing flush from Aldo for the first 2 rounds and just like brushed it off.
Let's look at it this way. Would Holloway have won those fights if he had Moicano's level of durability?
No.
Like he lost both of those fights first 2 rounds. In both fights, he lost the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, and
that shows something about Jose Aldo in that is that you have to last till the 3rd round to have a shot. Don't start trading with him before he's gassed.
Or like just not or just not get scared off. Because I mean Stephens and Mendes both tried that in the first rounds and they like got scared off really quickly.
I don't know that they got scared off.
I don't think Stevens got scared off. Stevens was trying to end that fight.
Nah, dude, like after he flurried on Jose at the cage and Jose started countering him, he started walking backwards.
Well, he got hurt.
Yeah, because he got... No, I'm talking about before the body shot. Aldo was pushing him back.
No, what I'm saying is he got hurt with punches to the head.
Oh, yeah, but he didn't seem rocked. It just, scared off.
But he knew he couldn't just sit there eating those punches, so he backed off. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think Moicano was forcing... The problem with Moicano's performance, I would say, is that he wasn't forcing Jose to operate at a level that makes him uncomfortable. So Jose only threw 27 significant strikes in the first round. Also, fun point, all 27 of his strikes in the first round were significant. He threw only significant strikes the whole fight.
Jose Aldo is significant.
He only threw significant strikes the whole fight. But like if you go look at the Holloway fight, he forced him to throw 48 strikes. If you look at Moicano, like I said, Moicano didn't do that. Stevens forced him to throw 63 strikes in that first round. That's a pace that will force Aldo to start getting tired. If you can't make Aldo throw, you can't win.
Yeah, like to beat Aldo, you have to threaten him, but like at the same time,
There's
you
like
really want
at the same time, can I just
want Aldo to feel threatened? Like you really want to threaten him? It's like
no, you threaten him.
You threaten him. No, you threaten him. I don't want to.
That kind of but it makes that's kind of the issue with Aldo. Like in order to beat Aldo, last Conor McGregor did, and good luck with that. Or
be Max Holloway.
And by be Max Holloway, it means get cracked for 2 rounds.
Well, that's the thing.
Not wilt.
Moicano, I in the moment, I think I was kind of like being stupid on the Twitter account. I wrote 10-9 Aldo first round. Rewatching it,
no,
it wasn't. It was a Moicano round.
Okay.
Like he doubled up on strikes, landed. He really did. Like he outlanded him 15-6 in head strikes. Like you can't.
Okay, I didn't watch it, so I'm going to ask you a question. In terms of damage accrued, like
There was no real
who
damage.
took more damage?
There was no.
There
real
was no
damage.
real.
There was like
okay, so
one
Aldo
hard
just
shot
fought
by
him.
Aldo had one hard shot the first round, like one or two, and he had some really nice leg kicks. He had 2 nice leg kicks. But Moicano also like hit him with some good strikes. He got Aldo fainting. He got Aldo biting on a lot of feints, and that was why I was getting nervous.
Okay.
But it seemed like they didn't think. I don't like how but the thing is that Aldo wasn't actually throwing a lot. He was biting on feints by using head movement and potentially
fainting back.
Yeah.
But like that's what I wanted to ask, because I know Aldo didn't actually throw that much in the first round, but I don't remember Moicano landing that cleanly most of the time.
He didn't land super clean with anything, but he could have probably just won on volume. There was nothing Aldo was doing.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. I mean, judges
They're
usually terrible at seeing when strikes are defended anyways. So.
Correct. So I could see it like Moicano's 5'11" with a 72-inch reach. And despite the fact that Aldo has a 70-inch reach, he's still 5'7", 5'8". I mean, like the size difference did matter, and you could see that Aldo was trying to time him, but kind of was getting stuck on the end of stuff a little bit. Yes. And Moicano probably could have done that for another 2 rounds, and instead his coaches told him go out there aggressive. And to Moicano, aggressive meant getting close and trade with him.
That's fuck.
Like, don't be aggressive in that. Like, you could be aggressive with more volume while still sticking out at the outside and forcing Aldo to throw when he doesn't want to.
Did they really tell him to be aggressive?
Yeah.
Seemed like a bad idea with Aldo.
No, I mean, I suppose it's just the way it looked, because Aldo didn't look bothered by much, and when he did hit Moicano, he landed with power. So they were probably like, this is really close. Just, get more aggressive so you can make it clearer. And Aldo's like, okay, well, if you're just gonna like fucking just come here and threaten me, then like, fuck you.
Aldo, I this is one of the things I absolutely loved about Heavy Hands, that they point this out forever ago. Aldo doesn't like to lose exchanges at all.
No,
he really doesn't. And when he feels like he's lost an exchange, he really wants to get it back. So
that's also something that Max Holloway made the
you cut out a lot there. I can't hear a word you just said.
Yeah, Holloway made that observation. He said once that Aldo doesn't feel like he's losing. I think about his ego. He mentioned once that Aldo doesn't like to feel like he's down in a fight. So he's very likely that if you're very likely going to press back, and that's when his cardio goes away.
Yep. Which is why whenever he fought Edgar,
From him,
he never had to feel like he was threatened in any way, shape, or form. That's why he always was able to kind of just keep things going the way it was. And pretty much against every opponent he's ever fought, except for Chad Mendes.
Second Frankie Edgar, the second Frankie, masterful performance.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, but I mean Chad Mendes too. Yeah. Like Chad just couldn't take the heat.
Yeah.
So.
Well, no, I don't think there's anybody who could have taken the heat in that fight. Honestly,
I don't think anyone takes the heat. Only Max Holloway takes the heat. Who else can take the heat?
I don't know if Max Holloway could have taken the heat for the Jose Aldo that fought Chad Mendes the second time. That's
a different fighter.
Level. That was a different person. Like, he was never the same for that. And Heavy Hands pointed that out too. Like, that was the last prime Aldo performance.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he has more craft now, but
no, I don't think he's any more crafty.
I would say that he is. I think his boxing has improved, but his athleticism is dwindling.
I mean, he's added a lot more body punches to his arsenal, but I don't think.
No, he's always done that. He's always used the body.
But not in this way. Not in this way. Well, no, you can tell that. No. I mean, Ben, like. There is an argument to be made that this new Aldo, is a reflection of his dwindling physical abilities. I mean, he's just not the same guy. He cannot move the way he used he used to. So what is he doing? He's banking in
this
his
kind
power.
of a lot like WEC Aldo. I mean, a lot. Like he used to throw these body punches with reckless abandon too. This is him
yes, but
reverting back to his old self in a way.
I would
No, but like
better defense.
I'm not sure. Yes, but that
Okay,
my
wait,
point
so
is
just-
wait.
wait,
My point is that
wait.
that defense is product of him getting better at boxing. So he is improving, but it's just that his body isn't quite the same.
Yeah, but his offense is a lot more reckless.
Developed. No, not reckless. I mean,
dude, he was chasing Moicano down, winging left hooks to the body, and that like he hasn't done that in his UFC career.
I know, but he can get away with that against Moicano because apparently he felt that he didn't either. Okay, let me just say, assuming that he probably got hit by Moicano at some point, he probably thought, well, you know what, this guy doesn't hit that hard, and I can hurt him, and I can get away with this. That's probably why he did it.
I'm not sure I agree with that. I think this is him being. I think that this is him really wanting the finish. And
yeah, I know, but
I think this is.
No, I don't disagree with that, but like just to go things through step by step, right? So against Shang Tsung Zhang, for instance, he saw he was hurt and he kept it together and used kicks. Against Mendes, when he wanted to scare him off, he mostly threw to the head with the occasional low kick, right?
Right.
Against Stephens, from the get-go, he was like, I'm going to hit you in the body. Yeah, also, like, first round, he made an effort to hit to the body. I mean, he's done that occasionally before, and when he's going for the finish, he'll throw with reckless abandon, like you said, but he didn't really zone in on it like he has in the past two fights.
So you're saying that his reaction to his dwindling cardio and ability to stay fresh is to do the same to his opponents?
Yeah.
Right.
Also, it makes a good substitute for leg kicks, which we've known is dwindling.
Well, I mean, I imagine the leg kicks. There's a physical reason for it, like he physically can't. It might have issues or something.
He's had injuries.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on to the final part of the topic. What do you want to see from him next? I mean, I know people were calling to watch him fight Brian Ortega, but unless it really wouldn't be a interesting fight for me. It would just be like, can Brian Ortega's face take the punishment, and can his body take the punishment? Because if it can't, then he loses, and if it can, then Aldo gases out, and Ortega probably gets a sub or something.
Yeah, that's how it looks to me too.
And I'm not interested in watching him fight Volkonavski either, because that does nothing for either of them. Like if Volkonavski beats Aldo, that's a sign of how far Aldo is down, because Volkonavski is exactly the type of style that Aldo feasted on for his entire career.
No, well, not exactly.
The wrestle boxer, dude.
But Volkanovski is more of like a Hendricks mold wrestle boxer or Dan Anderson, where it's not really based on the. No, just let hear me out. So
no, you're right. You're right.
Okay. We hear you. Okay.
All of them wouldn't really based. No, fuck you.
Dude, a shorter orthodox, wrestle heavy, high volume guy. Well, the high volume is the only real difference, I would say.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is classic wrestle boxers usually rely on, the level change and overhand threat, which Aldo has feasted on, aside from, being shorter and less rangy than him. But Volkanovski is more of a clinch kickboxer, where he'll work his way into the clinch, and if the takedown's there, he goes for it. Otherwise, he's just happy pinning you to the cage like Cain Velasquez and going at it.
But again, it's a guy who relies so heavily on grappling and wrestling, and Aldo.
It's more kickboxing, to be honest.
No.
When he has you pushed on the fence.
Tell me what my guy does. Okay, like he's happy to fight on the feet, but he's definitely his A game is to wrestle you.
Listen here. Kickboxing isn't just about striking on the feet. It's also about striking in the clinch.
I know that, but he does not strike in the clinch as his A game. His A game is to get you down and pick you up, and he tells you that himself.
Have you actually paid attention to his fights, dude? His game is to pressure you to the fence, get you in the clinch against the fence, go at you there, then take you down and beat you up. There's like a whole 2/3 of his game that is just kickboxing.
There is not a whole 2/3 of his game that is
It's
kickboxing. There is an
2/3.
entire
That's
third of
on
his
the
game.
feet.
No,
That's on the
his-
feet
dude,
and in the clinch.
His entire game is predicated on getting you to the fence to clinch with you to put him where?
But he doesn't.
It's a put
On
your
the
ass on the mat.
after he handles you in the clinch.
On the mat.
Have you seen
Put
like
your ass
the?
on the mat. It is
Have
the
you
best
seen
it
his
really
fights against that?
every single one of his.
Go watch his fights.
I do
I'm
more
not-
than you.
I'm
I
not-
watch them
I'm
when
not-
I'm masturbating. Okay, don't tell me
Oh.
about Alexander Volkonavski's fights.
Fuck you. I masturbated both hands to his fights.
Yeah, this is horrifying. But since we just went into this insane segue about Volkanovski, I'm just gonna say this. Do you guys remember the Resident Evil 2 that just came out, the remake?
No.
Okay, there's a new remake of Resident Evil 2 that just came out, right?
Yeah.
So there is a character there named Mr. X, and somebody made a mod of the game in the PC version that every time Mr. X shows up, the DMX song starts playing in the background, and I'm watching those videos, and it's so funny. Okay, you can keep going.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yo, Bilal, you want to team up on Alejandro and just berate him for that?
Yeah, let's
No.
tag him in.
Yeah, you're the guys talking about masturbating to
No, seriously.
Volkanovski or whatever.
Do you say there's something wrong with that?
Hey,
I mean, I
Yeah,
don't want
like
to
what-
judge, but
This is
yeah,
the
what
side-
you have against Australians, Alejandro?
Yeah, what's wrong with masturbating to Volkanovski?
yeah, you're putting me in a real comfortable position right now.
Good, good. You know what? Okay, let's watch. You know what I would really enjoy? Let's watch Aldo beat up Cup Swanson again.
No.
Yeah.
You know what? You're going to like this. You're going to like this. Aldo said that he wanted to fight Anthony Pettis at 155.
Yes.
For what I want to understand, where does your hate boner for Anthony Pettis comes from?
It's not a hate boner for Pettis. It's a love boner for Aldo.
No, but
also,
every
I
time
have
Pettis,
No. I have a hate boner for Pettis. I don't know why you keep
okay.
referring to Ben.
I don't have a hate boner for Pettis. I hate that every time he wins, everyone's like Anthony Pettis is back. I hate that.
No.
but
I'm gonna outdo you. I've hated.
It's the same
I-
fucking guy.
I'm gonna outdo you. I've hated him since before he started losing, because like
I don't
like
hate it.
you watch. No, like you watch even his old fights, and he gets pressured to the fence, and he gets stuck there. Then he tries winging punches and gets put into worse positions unless he rocks you, right? And then everyone's like, "Oh, next Anderson Silva and stuff," and it's like, "No, you're getting fucked up on the feet until you rock someone." It's like, what the fuck? Just because you pull up like. Just because you jumped off the cage once to kick a guy doesn't mean like you're the next fucking Anderson Silva.
And the thing is, he immediately lost to Clay Guida
Okay.
after that. Immediately.
And then like
thing is-
everyone's like, no, like his problem is wrestlers. He doesn't have that great takedown defense. Like, bruh, you're getting put on the fence by people who aren't good strikers.
Yes.
Like, learn to pivot.
Well, no, I will say this. Guida
my
didn't do that to him. Guida just took him down in the middle of the cage, which is even the funniest part. Is that Pettis' takedown defense in the middle of the cage is actually really solid, and Guida just fucking grounded him and just did nothing on top and won a stupid decision. It was amazing.
I know. I was thinking of what's that other fight? Well, Giblet Melendez. We're like,
Giblet?
Giblet.
Did you say
Yes.
Giblet?
yes,
No, Giblet.
yes.
You remember when we
Gibler.
fucked up the names?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
I listen. Okay, we have to move on.
I remember Anderson Aldo.
Anderson Aldo was great also. We have to
I
move on.
wish I had that
We
t-shirt.
rightfully spent the bulk of this episode talking about Aldo. So anyway, Damian Maya. He backpack choked. Good. Maya, I think the biggest takeaway for me, aside from how awesome Maya is I think it shows us how good Woodley, Usman, and Covington are. Because
Yeah,
Maya's still gonna fuck with everybody else.
in Lyman's terms, you're not gonna get Maya off your back.
Oh fuck you.
He made Lyman good. He made Lyman good look like Lyman bad.
You get one more.
This is so bad.
You get
It's
one
like
more punch.
we had like four listeners. Now we have one.
You get one more. Bilal, let us have it. What's going on?
Once you go backpack, you never go back.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my god.
I actually like that one.
That's good.
Yeah, there's really not much else to say. Maya says he wants to continue fighting. So I think we should just let him choke out low-level ranked welterweights.
I will be panicking every time I see him fight someone who looks jacked up. But like he takes 0 damage, so I actually wouldn't mind it.
I'm okay with watching him just choke out Neil Magny again.
Yeah,
no. Leave Magny alone. I like Magny.
Nope. Ever since I wrote that fan post where I said he'll never be elite, and I got like half and half responses, I'm like, I want him to fail so bad. I know that's mean.
That's cool. I like Magny just because like guys like him who aren't really special at anything and aren't the best athletes, but still like pull it off somehow. They're always kind of inspiring. It's like Jake Shields. Jake Shields is honestly the most inspiring for me because he didn't come in with like a massive legacy like Maya did, and he wasn't an uber athlete, and he never got good at striking. But like
take steroids.
Yeah, but like he won, and everyone was taking steroids back then.
Dude, he's a rebel, okay? He's a rebel. He doesn't give a fuck. He's a vegetarian, okay?
He won a split decision over Maya that I don't think he should have won. So.
He has a win over Tyron Woodley, Dan Henderson. Okay?
Steroids.
So, Dan Henderson, like he didn't eat like half a pharmacy or 5.
Okay.
No, Dan Henderson is the pharmacy.
Good one. Okay, we're rambling this episode. We should just put like a subtitle for each episode. Let's start putting subtitles for each episode. I'm sorry, titles like episode 16. When we ramble or something like that.
Can I say something? No, we should have the title. We should have the title. Can I say something?
Can I say something? You suck.
Charles Oliveira defeated David Tamer by submission in the second round. Anaconda choke after rocking him on the feet and getting poked in the eyes more times than John Jones can count.
Yeah, I was happy. Yeah.
Yeah, I was. I don't know what the hell was up with Tamer, but good God, that was bad.
Well, I mean, his previous fight, he eye poked guys also. So.
Well, fuck him.
Yeah, but like, did you see how Oliveira rocked him? He like pulled the Anderson Silva upward elbow.
Yeah, he Fricklanded him.
Yeah,
I would love to see him. I mean, I would love to see. I don't want to see him go down to 145. I'd like to see him at 135. No. I'd like to.
Did he say that? Wait,
I'd like to see him.
Did he say it? They say that because I just waiting for him to say that. I want to go to 145.
I think he's given up on 145, but I think he would be a really good matchup for.
I know. I just want him to say that. I want to go back to 145.
I really think he could be a force at 135.
Who?
Oliveira.
No.
I think he would be top 5 immediately.
You know what? Fuck it. Have him fight Cejudo for the belt.
Yes.
Why not?
Strip TJ and just give them the belt.
I just want to see him like get into title contention and then immediately start calling for a 145 shot against like some top 15. He's going to be winning
the 155, 170, and 185 belt and want to drop down to 145. But who do you want to see?
Do you know who is the new Anderson Silva though?
It's not
him?
Charles Oliveira.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I mean,
he threw an amazing elbow.
I would like to see a rematch between him and Cerrone. I know Cerrone's calling out for Conor and all that shit, but fuck it, I want to see that fight again.
Yeah, I'd be into it. Or Kevin Lee. I mean, lightweight is so fun. You could just.
Kevin Lee is fun. Because if Charles gets, I want to see Charles fight somebody who there's a chance of him beating with skill.
But he can beat Kevin Lee.
He can, but it would also mean Kevin Lee fucked up.
Yeah, but Kevin Lee has to learn at this point.
No,
I mean, I'm a big fan of his, but like he's he's made similar mistakes in previous fights now. So
Right. So what I want to see out of Kevin Lee is I want to see him fight James Vick, because I feel like Vick is the type of guy who he's going to be like, okay, this dude's 6'3", he's fucking huge. I need to actually not fuck up when I do shit, and I feel like it would force him to like make some changes and adjustments, and also really, really make sure he's getting a good game plan going. I feel like I feel like Vick would bring the best out of him. I feel like Oliveira, he might see it as like, oh, I could fuck this guy up physically.
You do know that they're probably just gonna make like James Vick versus Gregor Gillespie or something.
Right, but assuming they don't
It's
make
fine, like-
this matchup.
No, wait, no. Kevin Lee asked for that fight. Now that we're like rambling and going off topic, Kevin Lee actually asked to fight Gregor Gillespie.
I don't like that fight for him. I
And
really don't like that fight for him, especially if it's 5 rounds.
no, he chances are he loses.
I mean,
And I don't
know.
like
I mean, he's a lot stronger than Gregor, and he's a really solid wrestler himself. But
He's not that.
how many people are shot on Kevin Lee?
Not many.
Exactly, and I don't like that, and I don't think Kevin Lee's a good enough striker to really. I don't know. I don't like that fight for him. But anyway, I'd like to see Charles Oliveira rematch Cerrone. I know he's not gonna get it, so for funsies, let's have him rematch Pettis if Aldo doesn't fight Pettis.
Wait. One more example, although it's more of a lateral step, right? Gilbert Burns.
Oh, that's a good fight. I think Burns submits him though.
I know
Yeah.
who he can fight, and it would be a fun fight. Lando Banada.
No.
No,
Why
you know
not?
why? No, we can fight and it'd be a fun fight. Justin Gaethje.
No, that's actually not going to be a fun fight. That would be just fucking up Charles Oliveira real bad.
It's
No,
still
we
fun.
don't want that. No, I don't want to watch it. I want him fighting Lando Banada.
No,
Nah, he fucks up Lando Venata, in my opinion.
But he wins. I want him to win.
All right. Ooh.
Who?
Gillespie versus Oliveira.
Mm.
You talk about a fun fight. You talk about a fun goddamn fight. Listen,
Good wrestling,
Oliveira's
good
defensive jiu-jitsu is not good, but Gregor Gillespie's grappling is wrestling focus, which is what I would really be interested to see. I want to see Oliveira just go for crazy shit on the ground.
That looks compelling. That sounds compelling to me.
All right, cool. We're seeing that. Next. Johnny Walker is the most fun thing ever, right?
Yeah.
Laura,
it was funny when he was like gyrating in front of the
Johnny Walker will do that to you.
I know, but it was funny because Laura Sanko was thirsting for him in the booth. It's like, get it.
Also,
can I just say something?
I feel like you're missing my joke there.
What?
Johnny Walker will do that to you.
Why? I get it because I get it. Just because, but I'm not a drunk, so I don't know.
You don't have to be. Johnny Walker is literally what a dude who drank a lot of Johnny Walker would be doing.
Nah, shut the fuck up, you alcoholic.
He's a legit prospect, right?
He is.
Yeah, I mean,
how old is he?
26, I think.
He's gonna lose next. Fuck that division is cursed.
No, I don't. I'm not saying that. I'm saying like he's an actual prospect.
I know. So he should fight Glover Teixeira, I guess.
Oh God.
Nah, he needs to fight Nogueira.
Dude, he's
and then Shogun. And then Teixeira.
He's 6'6" and
I know who.
years old.
I know.
Listen,
Nogueira.
Nogueira. No. Shut the fuck up. Nogueira, Shogun, Teixeira.
Oh my God. I think he should fight. In all seriousness, I don't think he should really fight top 15. But if he's going to fight top 15, no, he shouldn't be fighting top 15.
No, yeah, it's light heavyweight. It's light heavyweight. The top 15 starts at like number 3.
Number 3 is Anthony Smith. I want to point out. So no,
don't make fun of him. I like him.
No, I'm not. I'm saying like, but he's not the number 3 light heavyweight in the world.
He's fighting John Jones next.
He is.
Get a payday.
That's hilarious.
Get a good payday, my boy.
But yeah, I really like Johnny Walker. He's, for whatever he is, you can't say he's not fun as fuck. And the
No,
dude
he's
once
fun.
came out in a stripper routine. So
Yeah,
And
good for
plus,
him.
he put the fear of spheres in the flat earther. So
You know what? I shouldn't be this excited about him beating that guy because I didn't know who he was, to be completely honest. But just when I found out that he was a flat earther, just when I found out, I just wanted him to beat him so bad, and he
what
did,
makes
and
it
he made me
weird is
happy.
that Ledet was fighting at heavyweight and just fucking everybody up. Like the dude beat Chase Sherman, then Mark Godbeer, and then some random dude by split decision. And then he returns to light heavyweight, right? Like, but
Why would
like,
he do
and
that?
it immediately gets fucked up by Alexander Rakic and Johnny Walker. But like, what was making him successful at heavyweight was the fact that he was so fucking fast and he had a decent 1-2, and he was just beating everybody with a 1-2. Like it was ridiculous. Like I don't know why he dropped. I don't get it.
Yeah, like-
Maybe he just got freaked out every time he got punched, you know?
Maybe, but he seems to be taking punches better then than he did now.
yeah, like I mean,
Well,
the difference between light heavyweight and heavyweight is that guys are actually athletic at light heavyweight.
I was going to say that actually,
Well,
like
Johnny
the level of athlete.
Walker will be a heavyweight at some point. The dude is humongous. He's 6'6" and he's thick.
He's also throwing like backflips and shit. Like he's a legit athlete.
Yeah. Yeah. Moving on. I can't wait to see more of him, honestly. Okay, the last thing we're going to talk about from this card is Thiago Alves getting the hometown decision win versus Max Griffin. A lot of people are not so cool with the decision. Personally, I feel like I'd have to rewatch the fight to say I'm not cool with it, but I liked the decision. I don't think Max Griffin did shit on the ground in the third round, and I think that Thiago did enough damage with his punches and strikes to win that decision. But
I agree, 100% agree.
Yeah.
I don't know why there were no 10-8s that round, that fight anyway, but whatever.
Yeah,
I
no,
know, but
Alves deserved it.
I do
'cause,
believe.
I mean, the first round I think was definitely Griffin just because he hurt Alves.
Yeah, for sure.
But like after that, he just kind of looked flaccid.
Yeah.
He was there, but he wasn't doing that much.
Thiago Alves really needed a left hook to the body, and of course he did not use one, because why would he ever do that? He probably would have finished him if he had the left hook to the body.
No, I mean he was aiming for the liver kick a few times.
But that's what I'm saying.
So-
He wouldn't throw punches for some reason. Like
How many ATT guys have good left hook to the body?
Poirier?
Who?
Nope. Dustin Poirier, I don't think so.
Poirier? Yes, he does.
Left
Poirier-
hook to the body?
Poirier, but he has good punches, period. The dude,
I mean,
is he the best?
Poirier's a southpaw, so like his
Yeah.
left hook is kind of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's different. But yeah, I mean, you're right. That's all I'm saying. I love that Thiago Alves is an instructor at ATT now.
He is?
Yeah.
Good on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Anyway,
Yeah.
good shit. That's really
Yeah.
what to say.
Yeah, it was a good fight. I just want to say that I am happy. In this case, I am happy that the judges got it right for once, that they applied the correct criteria for scoring a fight.
I agree.
Because it's maddening to see that sometimes you can take someone down a bunch of times, get reversed, and I mean throw no punches, get reversed, get back up, get stood back up, and you still somehow score points there, even after you got blasted. And I'm happy that the right guy won for once.
Yeah, it's a big deal, honestly.
Yeah. Although I kind of wish Griffin would have won, just because it would have given Alves a little more urgency to retire. I mean, I don't really want to see him take a small step up and get beat. Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah, I think that's it for the card. I don't really have anything to talk about. Junior Albini and his diaper lost, so that happened. But yeah. Well, speaking of old crusty veterans who won, we had a little bit of an idea for a segment, and by we I mean me. This is all me. I like it. It's my idea. Which fighters, if you had to take, which fighter? We picked one.
Can I just say something quickly? I need to bow out quickly. So
What?
He needs
bow
to
out.
go. He needs
Yeah.
to go.
Oh,
We've been trying to tell you through the chat, through messaging.
I'm not looking at the chat.
You should.
Oh, yeah, you should. Shame
All
on
right.
you.
Bye, Bilal.
Yeah, ahí nos vemos.
Can I just say I hope both of you mentioned Genki Sudo.
We're not. That was your fighter. You screwed up. You leave.
Fuck up, bad friends, bad.
No, I'm
not
gonna
getting your
mention it.
birthday I'm not getting your birthday present now.
You weren't gonna get me a birthday present anyway.
Well, now you're
Really?
definitely not gonna get one.
He was not gonna
There's
give
a
me
lot of anger there.
But yeah, I need to go now.
All Thanks for
yeah.
joining us.
Cheers.
Later.
Take
Yeah,
care.
that's why I'm a co-host. Bye.
This is
Bye.
why you're not the co-host.
The
Anyway,
co-host.
I guess we'll just
The
do
co-
our two
Wait,
guys.
he's the co-host?
Nah,
The cocaine host?
He's the cocaine host.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, fighters who would succeed, I think, the most if they were brought into a modern camp. I think that personally,
Yeah, because you put this rule that we only have to pick people that would succeed.
yes,
Let's keep that.
yes,
So no Butterbean, no Bob Sapp, no James Thompson.
no.
Hmm.
No. I'm picking Boss Rutan.
No, Bas Rutten was good. He would. I mean, could he succeed? Where would he go though?
So let's look at what Boss Rutan was. He was a power striking. He wasn't a high volume guy. Power striker, good jiu-jitsu, decent takedown defense, solid athleticism. He fought at heavyweight. Obviously, he wouldn't fight at heavyweight now. He probably would be either a light heavyweight or a middleweight. Great cardio. Physically, he was very durable. I mean, I would like to see him at light heavyweight for the speed, but I would like to put, considering his style, I wouldn't mind seeing the guy at TriStar.
No, he wouldn't be do good there at all. Remember that Bas Rutten had this idea that you had to spar hard all the time. So he's likely the kind of guy.
We're taking modern sensibilities. We're talking.
No, I know, but you have to.
Style.
No, I know, but that's my point. Bas Rutten comes from this school of thought that you have to have hard sparring, like that it's a necessity. So it seems to me that that guy would do much better at a place like AKA. I know that we send everyone to AKA, but that's kind of the grinding style that he liked, where he would be allowed to flow.
It's not a
what
style.
I know, but I think he could adapt. Like
I'm not trying to change. I'm not trying to change the fighter. We're trying to fit styles to camps.
Yeah, but Firas Zahabi.
You can't say his style doesn't fit TriStar.
No, but Firas Zahabi would try to rebuild him from the ground up, and then I don't know that he would take to that.
But my point is, we're taking a dude from the old school styles, mentalities as well, and starting them new in a modern camp.
And you just want Bas Rutten to end at TriStar, don't you? No. You just imagine a universe where he would have ended up at TriStar and being like a super world champion.
Yeah, kind of, pretty much. Like he already showed that he could be successful with a similar style. Granted, he's not as volume heavy as a lot of TriStar guys, and he doesn't use the jab. In his mind, it's like all about power shots. But I think with someone like Faraz meshing with that and putting into him, like, you can use disruptive strikes, I think he'd be even better.
I mean, he would, but he doesn't strike me as the guy that would have gravitated towards that style of fighting. I mean, you still have people that, I mean, he seems like a particularly stubborn person that he wouldn't change how he fights deep down. Like you have people that are not that coachable. Like, for example, Mike Perry, what is he doing? Nobody knows. Maybe Bas Rutten would be like that.
I don't think about that. I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bas
Like,
Rutten was largely self-trained, but then he went to train with Frank Shamrock.
yeah, probably. I mean, I can see a better case for Frank Shamrock doing well under the TriStar banner than
Okay.
someone like Bas Rutten. Bas Rutten. Rutten? How do you pronounce it?
Well, who's your guy? Frank Shamrock, right?
Yeah, I can imagine him doing good. I mean, he's from AKA, right? But I'm assuming he's not at AKA, and he started so young-ish, and that he took
He
to
went from the
the
Lions then to AKA, so it was probably like, oh wow, AKA is easy compared to Lions then.
well, lions that involve just like sitting on a chair and then just cracking your knees with like tubes and shit like that.
Yeah,
Of course, I'm lying, but it's just my way of saying
they were
it. Yeah, I mean, they weren't the most exactly scientifically minded people
no.
when they went up the way they went about their training.
Listen, I kind of have a soft spot for Ken Shamrock, but holy shit, was he a lunatic?
Yeah, I mean, it was like his idea of training. Lions Den was Ken Shamrock's idea of training, right?
Yeah, it was his camp.
Yeah.
That was his thing. That was his camp. Guy Mesger trained there, and forgot the other guy. The other guy Tito beat up on.
Guy Mesger was so underrated. Is so underrated.
Yeah, and Trey Telligman trained there.
I don't remember him.
He was the guy with one pectoral muscle missing.
What?
Yeah, you should go look him up.
No, I won't.
It's
That's
kinda
weird.
Crazy. It is weird looking, but yeah. What do you call it? Yeah. I don't know. I don't think. I think you're right personality wise, and I didn't take that into account when I said TriStar, and it was Jerry Bollender, but that's what I was thinking of. But I think you're right. I think you're right.
Bad.
But I don't know. I feel like stylistically, AKA doesn't really fit him too well.
Well, he would have to end up at a place that goes hard.
I feel like he would have been like a more durable Luke Rockhold.
I know. Well, yeah, but it's not a bad thing being a more durable Luke Rockhold. I mean, Luke Rockhold is pretty good. He's just not durable enough.
True. You're winning me over here. Keep going.
Yeah, because in terms of training habit of fighters and their mentalities, you have someone like Mike Perry who doesn't seem to mesh well with certain type of coaching.
All right.
No, let me keep going, and then you may agree with me. There's one case. Another case is Randa Marcos, who has meshed well at places like Strong Style, right? But she didn't mesh well with TriStar. You have someone like Joanne Calderwood, who also trained at TriStar. She liked what she saw there, but it wasn't for her necessarily. And then she went over, and she's in Las Vegas. It's at the lab, I think it's called. MMA and she's training with the MMA lab. Yeah, yeah. No. I'm wrong. No, it's not there. She's training with Roxanne Mudaffari.
Who?
Joanne Calderwood.
Right, but I don't think that's the MMA lab.
No, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I forget the name. I'm so sorry.
I know.
Yeah, she's in Vegas.
I think Frank Mir trains there. No.
I honestly I don't remember, but I know that she trains at this other facility with this other group of people, and she seems to be doing well there. It's like JoJo 2.0.
Syndicate.
So Syndicate. Yes, that's right. Syndicate MMA. And I'm so sorry, but yes, that's right. And there's people that have a sort of kind of a special way of thinking, and they have to be they have to find these places that are going to be good for them. And TriStar seems to be a little too process-oriented towards Sahabi's particular predilections, which are not bad, but I don't know that they would mesh with somebody like Bas Rutten. That's all I'm saying.
Right. I hear it. All right, your turn. Frank Shamrock, where are you putting him?
Let me think. I was going to say TriStar, but I'm going to say that the guy that trains Frankie Edgar, Trevor, either him or Trevor Whitman, but the guy that, yes, Mark Henry. I would like him with Mark Henry. I like how, like he builds this very like systems-oriented fighters, like they always have like, it seems like he drills them in a very specific manner, in that they have, most of the time they have um a trained response for very specific scenarios, and they very rarely deviate from that. And I think that Shamrock would take very well to that, like Frank Shamrock, no, Ken Shamrock.
Well, no, I don't think Ken Shamrock would take well to anything, but
No, he, well, who knows, right? I don't know. Don't be mean.
Ken Shamrock would walk into AKA and go, "What kind of bitch ass training is this, you pussies?" Like, he would start yelling at them like, "Kick him in the fucking head when he's down." Like, that's what he would do, right?
There's this common understanding that that's what he would do, but I mean, I want to give him the credit,
Don't.
some credit, and think that maybe he wouldn't. I mean,
He would. There's no question he would.
kick him in the head. Probably. I mean, that would make sense considering they were training for Pride rules.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he fought in Pride.
Yeah, after the UFC though.
So you're saying he was just a maniac?
Yeah.
He WWE, do you know? WWF.
Oh yeah, I know. I watched him.
Really? How much did he? How long did he do that for?
I want to say 3-4 years.
Was he good?
Yeah, but he had a lot of injuries, like a lot. It's actually the reason why he was so fucked up physically. He was there from 97 through 99. And he continued wrestling afterwards too. He did a lot. He went in the independent circuit. He did like some TNA here and there. He did a lot of independent stuff, but he was kind of been wrestling for a long time. He wrestled 1990 through 93. He was in the WWE, I think, for 4 years, 3 or 4 years.
That is insane.
Yeah.
He's like a walking injury.
Yeah. His body is duct tape.
Wow.
But yeah,
so
should we talk about Genki Sudo as a favor to Bilal?
The favor to Bilal.
Yeah. I mean, what was he? He was a super athletic, not even super athletic. He was a relatively athletic jiu-jitsu guy with some damn good kickboxing, but nothing crazy.
No, he wasn't. No, that you're great. You're insane. His kickboxing was crazy. I mean, not necessarily good.
No, I'm saying it was crazy, but not great.
Okay.
I was saying like he wasn't a good kickboxer, but he was certainly fun.
No, he was a good kickboxer. He just wasn't an elite. But he was. Okay, let's just say that people that missed Genki Sudo missed out on something amazing, because that man was a beautiful man.
Oh yeah,
okay?
No,
he was.
Is a beautiful man.
Well, I'm sure he still exists somewhere. He would win his fights, and then he would like pull out this massive, like flat.
Wow, he's only 40 years old.
Yeah. I mean, he retired relatively early on. I mean, I think it was injuries, but maybe he just decided, like, you know what, I don't want to get hit in the head.
8 years. He only retired 8 years into his career, and he started his career in 1998, so he's 40 now. He was 20 when he started, and he retired at 28.
Yeah, he was done.
Yeah,
but he had a bunch of cool ass highlights, and he had like a really like decent humanistic message. You know, like a humanist message. Like he was like, "Oh, we're all one." Yes, and he did, and the thing with the flags and everything. Like he was a character, man. But where could you take that guy? I mean, he's somebody
he would need to be someone who has a coach that allows him to kind of shine. The problem is that Trevor Whitman is someone like that, but at the same time, he also doesn't really have fighters like that. So I think he would actually do real well at Jackson's. Like, I don't normally ever tell anybody to go to Jackson Wink, but that is the type of guy who would succeed there. What do you think?
Okay. The grappling would do him well. But the striking, I am not sure, because he does strange things on his own. I mean, we know already. I mean, it is safe to say by now that the way Winklejohn trains fighter is not exactly the most technically sound, right?
Right. That's the problem. But I don't think I think okay. So we're taking Genki Sudo as he's coming in as a grappler, and he's fucking crazy and throws some wild ass shit on the feet. That's the type of guy that Whitman actually succeeds with, though.
Yeah. So that's my point. I think that Trevor Whitman would be good for for
Not
him,
Whitman.
but
Sorry, not Whitman. I meant Winklejohn.
no. Trevor Whitman is fine. I think that Winklejohn, like his tendency to do wonky things on the feet, plus Genki Sudo's tendency to do wonky shit on the feet on his own, would mesh together in a very scary cocktail of fail. So I wouldn't recommend it for him.
Oh, I hear what you're saying, but I don't think I don't think Genki Sudo's the type of guy to calm down though.
But he doesn't have to calm down. All you have to do is manage him enough.
Whitman, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, there is a point. There's an argument, right? You're making a good argument. You would need someone that can tame a wild man while allowing him to be a wild man.
He's a lightweight John Jones, but a grappler instead of wrestler.
Yeah.
Not obviously not John Jones. I'm saying like his tendency to throw some insane shit.
Yeah, you're winning me over there, but I don't want him to train striking with Winklejohn, though.
But okay, so let's look at it this way: who do you think of the three we've talked about would be the most successful in current modern day MMA?
Frank Shamrock.
I think it's Boss Rutan.
No.
I think Frank Shamrock would be a lightweight, and that's why.
You got me there.
And
Bas Rutten is larger. He
Yeah.
would probably punch some people. But, I mean, do you see Bas Rutten engaging with Israel Adesanya on the feet? I don't know. Like,
I don't think Boss
even
Rutan would fight at light. I think he'd fight at light heavyweight.
you think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he was
He
more
didn't
like a
cutting weight.
middleweight.
He didn't like cutting weight.
But didn't he fight? What was his name? Pat Miletich at some point.
Pat Miletich.
Yeah, I think he fought him once.
I don't know about that, but I'll check.
Let me check. Bas Rutten, Pat Miletich.
No.
No?
Nope.
Shit,
Nope.
I'm wrong then.
Yeah, you are. Remember that.
Oh shit, I'm so wrong.
And he beat Frank Shamrock twice. So
Bas Rutten?
yeah,
Holy
he
shit.
He lost to him once, and he beat him twice. And the one time he lost by majority decision. He beat him by split decision, and then he finished him by doctor stoppage.
I did not know that. I don't remember that.
Yeah, Rutten at one point had like a 20-fight win streak or something, 20-fight win streak. Yeah.
Okay, but how would he do in the age of no PEDs in the UFC?
I don't know if he was one of the guys who took PEDs just because.
Oh, everybody took them. Everyone.
I mean, it's still light heavyweight, man. Shogun is still kicking. Shogun is still kicking. So
that is your best argument. That is your best argument. He's at light heavyweight.
Exactly.
And he was a good athlete, and he was technical. So we know that he has that in him.
Yep. All right. I think we can wrap that up. Thank you so much for joining us for the 14th episode. Again, Ben Cohn. Follow us on Twitter. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Share with your friends. We really would appreciate you helping us get the word out there. If you're listening till the end of this, I should probably start that in the beginning, right?
Yeah. Look for that video in somewhere on Twitter or YouTube or whatever of that Resident Evil 2 mod. It's very funny.
I'm definitely gonna look at it.
Look at it right now.
All right. Thanks so much. Have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend.
It's already the end of the weekend. Enjoy the Super Bowl. If you're watching it.
Well, don't watch it. It sucks.
I'm just going for the food. All right. Later, man.
All right. Thank you, man. Later.